yeah, I'm enjoying the variety. I wasn't quite sure what to think about this before starting, but I'm glad I'm doing it. This is what's greeting me this morning. Good morning. Well, can't believe I'm still in bed. I have had my breakfast though, to be fair. So it's 7:45 and yeah, obviously got to make a move now. But I guess this is the equivalent of my Nero day. So not zero. I'm going to do some miles this morning. Think about 12. The problem I've got is, in fact, one of the problems with most hostels is they don't open till 5 o'clock. So I've got to kind of spread the day out and take my time, which won't do me any harm, I'm sure. And meanwhile, leave no trace, except a dry patch. What a way to start the morning. And we meet the main path now. So this river here is called Devil's Water. Apparently, Devil's Water is something that was originally Saxon in name, meaning dark water. So initially this morning I'm trying to get to a place called Blanchland, which I remember from reading Wainwright's Pennine Journey was one of the places he went to. And in those days you could just arrive at a village and say, has anyone got a spare room? And then you just offer to pay some money the following morning. Obviously not quite as easy or trustworthy like that these days, so I shall leave Devil's Water alone and crack on. We have some goats. Oh, I love the fact that that goat's on the trampoline. Well, I forgot it was a Saturday and I'll see other hikers around. I only saw one person yesterday and now I have 4 in front of me. It's strange how you lose sensible time on the trail. So North Pennines is the area that I'm actually doing, and we've just come through, or we are through this forest here, as it says, you're here, and I am going all this way to a place called Blanchland. I think he's making a delivery with his horse and carriage. Oh, go on, you'll be alright. And here's the wonderful ladies I've just met. And I've been listening to all their gossip as they've been going along.
It's all juicy, it's all juicy.
So the church is built on the ruins of Blanchland Abbey, and in fact all the buildings that you now see in the village were originally part of the abbey.
hunting on there.
Just taking a short break before I do the last leg to the youth hostel. So that yellow line is the track we're following. Yes, early 12th century, apparently built round about 1150. So the YHA is quite unusual in having a beer garden and a bar on the side of it. But look at these. It's okay. Yeah. That's Derwent Reservoir in the distance. Quite a big reservoir. Lots of people go walking and cycling around it. We're heading towards a place called Muggleswick to begin with. Well, we're going off the main route. I did wonder, I'll show you on the map as well. I thought it was a bit odd. I can see they're taking us to a remote church, All Saints of Muggleswick. I think it goes through, the route goes through these Grange Farm training stables, which, given it's 7:30 in the morning, I hope they don't mind. Well, we came through Priory Farm, so I guess this was the priory. It's no doubt been beaten up in the dissolution of the monasteries. So this church was built in 1728. But there's been a church on this site for centuries, apparently. So was it worth the diversion going into Muggleswick? I think the answer is yes. You've seen what I saw, but it's quite pleasant, the little valley there with the church. And one of the weird things about this morning for me and that church was I've been in quite a few of the churches on the way, but I decided this morning I hadn't got quite enough time, so I wouldn't go in there. And then I met a couple outside and they said, "Did you get a shock when you went in?" I was like, "What? I haven't been in." He said, "Oh, well, just as well, because our families are sleeping there." Like I say, you can actually hire the church if you want to. And now, I'm going to push on and we'll talk later. So we're on what's called the Waskerley Way railway path. So I kind of joined it here, which was the goods station. And as it says, we're here now. Goes round. So this was a branch line. And then we're joining the main Bishop Auckland line up to Red Houses, but we're then heading across rather than going to Concert. But it's now a national cycleway. National Cycleway number 7. So I'm curious what all those tall concrete posts are, in terms of obviously their fencing posts, but they're pretty big and they go all the way along, and there's some across the other field as well. That definitely was at one point trying to keep people out, very strongly so. I did think at one stage was there something to do with maybe keeping people off the railway line, but as you can see, they actually go round all of that field. I wonder if it was MOD land at one stage. Very curious. So it says you are here, Red House, and even on the old OS map it says Red House. I think the Red House has gone. The other thing is, I was getting a bit worried because I hadn't seen any of these for quite some time. I think that is one of the things about this trail. You could do with some more signs, just to reassure you you're going the right way. Here's a good example in case. We are turning right here. I've checked on the map. There's absolutely no signs. There's not even a public right-of-way sign or anything. It'd be just nice to have that reassurance. It's the one thing that's letting this trail down. Hi folks, so I'm just having a rest. It's mid-morning and today I'm trying to get to a place called Wolsingham, I think it's called. Probably have done about 8 miles and I've got another 6 to get there, so that's absolutely fine. However, that's the main place I'm heading to. I want to be west of there by about 6 miles. So I'm trying to do 20 today, and in fact I need to do 20 over the next 3 days. 20 each day, not 20 miles for 3 days. Anyhow, you know what I mean. Because I'm meeting my wife in Middleton-in-Teesdale. So yeah, I'll be able to stop in a hotel, which will be great, and have a good catch up on life. And then I'm off on my adventures again. So yeah, foot to the metal, 20 miles each day for the next 3 days. Bit pushing it, but I'm sure I can do it. Right, I think I've had my rest. I need to get started or I'll never get there. Oh yeah, and a couple of wild camps, so one tonight, one the following night, because I just want to get 20 miles in rather than an actual designated place. Right, shut up Nigel, I'll see you later. I'm at a place called Tunstall Reservoir, and on the map it shows going that way, and then alongside the reservoir on a road. Now it does have this path marked on, but it's not a public right of way. But of course this shows like it is, other than you need to be careful of soft ground, deep water and sudden drop. So I'm encouraged by the fencing anyhow. Someone's gone to all the trouble of doing this. We have to use it. Certainly better than walking on a road on the other side. Yep, we have soft ground. Ooh, look ahead. Yes, because I decided not to wear my gaiters today, because they haven't been that necessary over the last few days. Sod's law, possibly should have them on now. As it says, we are here now, and obviously came from here, and my map was showing me directing around this way, but it's clearly marked on the map that you can go that way. So if you're doing the roof of England, I would keep that in mind. As you can see, we have a bit of blockage. Okay, I think I'll take the high route. Whew.
These badges are like buses. You don't see any for ages, and then all of a sudden you get a run of them. Anyhow, I did also like, so we go this way. Oops, and what do we see on the tree? Some nice old houses in Wolsingham. One here, Kiln House 1740.
The view from my tent door, and this is through the mozzie net, because I've been fighting the mozzies now. Crazy, from sleet and snow to mozzies. So I achieved my 20-mile challenge today. I've only got to repeat it 2 more times, but I've made good time, so I was pretty happy with that. I got here about 4 o'clock, I think, and just sat around in the sun for an hour or 2. Very pleasant. And I've got a great spot as well. Hey, what can I say? Things are looking up because I was actually in my tent, warm. Didn't even have to put the heating on. It was really warm. The sun was beating down. So that's great. Now, tomorrow I need to get to west of Westgate. And the problem is 20 miles brings me out onto the moors. I'm not sure. All the moors I've been on today and previously, the wind's been like really strong and fierce and cold. So I'll have to see how I get on. Right, I need to get the cooking going. I'll see you guys in the morning.